Dear students, in the previous class we were solving numerical problems in moving charges and magnetism. I told you to solve this problem. Here there is a conductor in which current enters and passes along this path and leaves here. So, due to the current in this conductor, you are asked to find the magnetic field here. Radius of this circular conductor is 0.1 meter and radius of this circular conductor is 0.15 meter and the magnitude of current is 5 ampere. So, I mark the conductor like this, A, B, C, D. To find the resultant magnetic field at O, first you find the magnitude of magnetic field at O due to this element of the conductor AB by using Biot-Savart law. Next, the magnetic field at O due to this conductor BC is 0 because here this point is lying along the length of the conductor. You know that magnetic field on a conductor is 0. So, BC due to the conductor BC, the magnetic field here is 0. Next, you also find the magnetic field due to CD at O and then the magnetic field due to the remaining element is 0. So, to find the magnitude of magnetic field due to AB and CD, you apply Biot-Savart law. Magnetic field at O due to AB. So, this BAB, this is equal to sigma dB, which is mu naught by 4 pi I dl or I divided by r square sin 90 sigma dl. Sigma dl means this length of the conductor AB. So, this is equal mu naught by 4 pi I by r square length of the conductor AB. How to find this length of the conductor AB? This angle is given as 60 degree. 60 degree means pi by 3 radian. You know that this angle is equal to arc length divided by radius. So, angle is given, radius is given, so you find this arc length. Since angle theta is equal to arc length divided by radius, this pi by 3 is equal LAB divided by R. Therefore, this LAB is equal to pi by 3 into R. Therefore, this B is equal to, you substitute all these values in this formula. Mu naught by 4 pi is 10 to the power of minus 7. Current is 5 ampere. Radius is 0.15. 0.15 square. And this is pi by 3. 3.14 by 3 into 0.15. So, you will get this magnetic field AB. You do this calculation. So, here this 0.15 cancels and here this cancels 0.03 times. So, this is 3.14 divided by 9 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. In which direction? In this circular conductor, current is clockwise, so it is outwards towards the observer. Current is clockwise, so it is away from the observer or inwards. Here you see This is the direction of current, which is clockwise. Clockwise means the field is inwards. So this is BAB. Similarly, this BCD, due to this part of this conductor CD, you find the magnetic field here. Same formula. This is mu naught by 4 pi I by R square, length CD. On substituting these values, so pi by 3 into LCD. This LCD is pi by 3 into R. So R is nothing but 0.1. So this term cancels. So you will get so this cancels 0.2 times. 0.02 times. So you will get BCD. In the numerator you have pi 3.14 and here it is 6 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. In which direction? This current is anti-clockwise. That means towards the observer or outwards. So out of these two fields, which is stronger? BCD. Since BCD is greater than BAB, the resultant magnetic field at O, B is equal to BCD minus BAB. So this is 10 to the power of minus 5 is common, 3.14 is common. So it is 1 by 6 minus 1 by 9. So this is smaller field and this is larger field. So 3.14 into 10 to the power of minus 5. Here LCM is 18. So 3 minus 2, 1 by 18. So 3.14 divided by 18, 10 to the power of minus 5. You do this calculation, you will get nearly 1.74. into 10 to the power of minus 6 Tesla outwards. So you check that answer. So this is 3.14 divided by 18. This is not working. So 1.74 10 to the power of minus 6 Tesla, which is outwards. This is correct. So when these type of problems are given, you remember the procedure. Only this arc part of this conductor contribute for magnetic field here. This conductor BC and this conductor AD, they do not contribute for magnetic field at O. First, due to AB, this is the magnetic field, which is inverse because the current is clockwise. Due to CD, this is the magnetic field, this is outwards because current is anti-clockwise. So therefore resultant magnetic field, it is given by 1.74 × 10⁻⁶ Tesla. In competitive examinations, you will find varieties of questions based on the direction of magnetic field due to a current carrying conductor. So here, in a conductor, the current is passing like this. There are two conductors like this. What is the resultant magnetic field at the point O? So this is a straight conductor. At this point O, the magnetic field is in this direction. So the magnetic field due to AB, it is given by mu naught by 4 pi 2I divided by R, where R is this length. So due to this straight conductor AB at this point, this is 2 mu naught by 4 pi 2I by R, and due to the circular conductor, so it is mu naught I divided by 2R. So here, due to this current in this conductor, the magnetic field is outwards. Here current is anti-clockwise, so the field is outwards. So the resultant field means it is BC plus BAB, like this. These type of problems will be asked in the competitive examinations. So you have to take this mu naught by 4 pi common, and then you add the terms. Thereby you will get the net field at this point. Sometimes the directions will be given opposite. So in that case, due to the straight conductor, the magnetic field is in this direction. Due to the circular conductor, the field is outwards. So resultant field will become the difference between the two. So if you go through CET books, you will find varieties of questions like this. So these problems can be solved by taking the direction of a magnetic field due to current into consideration. Next, let us go through 11th problem. Two identical coils are placed coaxially with the center separated by a distance of 0.08 meter. So two identical coils means their radii will be same, number of turns will be same. So they are placed coaxially means common axis. So axis means a line passing through the center perpendicular to its plane. Here these are the two identical coils, 1 and 2. These two are separated by 0.08 meter. They are placed coaxially. Coaxially means common axis like this. A current of 1 ampere passes through each coil in opposite directions. So the current in this direction, and here the current is in this direction. Current is in opposite directions. So this is I1, this is I2. Given coils are identical and the current in each coil is 1 ampere. The radius of either coil is 0.1 meter and the number of turns is 20. The question here is, find the resultant magnetic field at the center of either coil. That means Either at this point or at this point you are asked to find the magnetic field. You see here, with respect to an observer standing here, this current is anti-clockwise, so at this center the magnetic field due to this current is in this direction, B1. If there is an observer standing here, for this observer, this current I1 is in the anti-clockwise direction, so current is towards the, magnetic field is towards the observer, so this is B1. And this current is clockwise, so the field is away, B2. You are asked to find the field at the center of either coil. So first, due to the coil 1, you find the magnetic field at O. Next, you find the magnetic field at O due to the coil 2. These two being in opposite directions, you find the resultant field. So magnetic field at O due to I1, current in the first coil. So which formula to be used here? This point O, it is lying somewhere 0.08 meter from the center of the first coil. That means you have to use the formula for magnetic field at a point on the axis of a circular coil carrying current. So this B1, magnetic field at a point on the axis of a circular coil, is given by mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi Ni r square divided by x square plus r square whole to the power of 3 by 2. This is the formula. So here this is 10 to the power of minus 7 into 2 into 3.14 into 20 into 1 into 0.1 square divided by x, distance of the point from the center of the first coil, that is 0.08, plus r whole to the power of 3 by 2. So this is the substitution. Now you simplify this. So in the numerator you will have 6.28, 40 pi So 10 to the power of minus 7, 10 to the power of minus 9, here plus 1, 10 to the power of minus 8. So 4 into 3.14 is 12.56, and 10 to the power of minus 7, minus 9 and minus 8 divided by this 0.08 whole square, 0.0064, and this is 0.01 whole to the power of 3 by 2. So this will be 12.56 into 10 to the power of minus 8. If you add these two things, you will get 0.0164. 0.0164 whole to the power of 3 by 2. How to find whole to the power of 3 by 2 when scientific calculator is not there? This whole to the power of 3 by 2 is nothing but square root cube. So this can be written as 12.56 into 10 to the power of minus 8 divided by under root 0.164 whole cube. So you find this value, you will get B1. You find this value, you will get B1. So you find the square root of this and you cube it, you will get this B1. Similarly, magnetic field at O due to I2, this one, B2. So this point O is at the center of the second coil. So magnetic field at the center of a circular coil is given by mu naught Ni divided by 2R. So it is 4 into 3.14 into 10 to the power of minus 7. This is the value of mu naught. N number of turns 20, current 1 ampere, and this radius 2 into 0.1. So current is 1 ampere, radius is 0.1. So this is 12.56 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Mu naught Ni divided by 2R. So this is mu naught Ni. This will become 2.2. 0.2 means 2 in 10 to the power of minus 1. When it comes to numerator, it becomes 10 to the power of plus 1. Here already you will get 12.56 in 10 to the power of 5 Tesla. If you do this calculation, you will get 6.6 in 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla nearly. If you do this calculation, roughly you will get 6 in 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. This is 12.5 in 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. Therefore, resultant magnetic field at the center either coil is B is equal to B2 minus B1. Since B2 is stronger than B1. So this is 12.56 minus 6, 10 to the power of minus 5. So you will get nearly 6.56 in 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. Here I did not mention the direction because the direction is relative, whether the observer is standing here or standing here. So this is the resultant field. So this is along B2. Resultant field is along B2 because B2 is greater than B1. I took the point O here and I found the resultant magnetic field. Instead of taking the point O here, you can also take it here. Center of either coil. Then B1 will become stronger than B2. Because you know that field at the center is always maximum compared to any point on the axis. So if I take the point O here, due to the current I1 the field will become stronger. Due to this current I2 the field is weaker. So resultant field will become B1 minus B2 along B1. Resultant field will be B1 minus B2 and it will be along the direction of B1 because B1 is stronger than B2. And the magnitude will remain same, 6.56. So in this way, when two coils are separated like this, you can find the resultant magnetic field at the center of either coil. Look at the next one. Two identical coils, each having radius 0.2 meter and 50 turns are kept 0.2 meter apart along the common axis. Find the resultant magnetic field at the midpoint between them on their common axis when current 0.5 ampere flows through the coils in the same direction and in opposite direction. Here also a similar type of problem is there with a little difference. Here there are two coaxial coils. So this is one coil, this is another identical coil. This is the common axis. So 1, 2. It is given that these two coils are separated by 0.2 meter. They are kept 0.2 meter apart. So for two identical coils, this radius is given 0.2 meter, number of turns 50, separation 0.2 meter, current is 0.5 ampere. You are asked to find the resultant magnetic field at the midpoint between them here at P. You are asked to find the resultant magnetic field at the midpoint on the line joining the two coils on its axis when the currents are in the same direction and when the currents are in opposite direction. First case, when currents in two coils are in same direction, so magnetic field at the midpoint on the axis of two coils is B1 mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi Ni r square divided by x square plus r square whole to the power of 3 by 2. So this is 10 to the power of minus 7, 2 into 3.14, number of turns are 50, radius is 0.2, so this is 0.2 square plus 0.2 square whole to the power of 3 by 2. So you simplify this one. When you multiply, it becomes 100. 100 means this becomes 10 to the power of minus 5. And this is 4 in 10 to the power of minus 2. So this becomes 10 to the power of minus 7. Here plus 2 is there, minus 2 is there, so it becomes 10 to the power of minus 7. Four into 3.1, 12.56 divided by, this is 0.04, so it is 0.08 under root whole cube. So if you find this value, it comes to be nearly 5.62. It comes to be nearly this much. Similarly, the magnetic field due to the second coil, it is also same. So, when I1 and I2 are in same direction, B1 and B2 will also be in same direction. Therefore, resultant magnetic field at P, B is equal to B1 plus B2. So 5.62 plus 5.62 in 10 to the power of minus 5. So you will get 11.24 in 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. Next case, if I1 and I2 are in opposite directions, B1 will be equal and opposite to B2. Therefore, resultant magnetic field B becomes 0. See, these two coils are identical. Due to the current in the first coil at this distance, whatever magnetic field is there, the same amount of field will be there due to the second coil also. Magnitudes will be same. So when the directions of currents are same, then the field will be in the same direction, so the field adds up. If the directions of current becomes opposite, then the field B1 will be opposite to B2, so the resultant magnetic field at center will become 0. At point P will become 0. You look at the next problem. Two identical coils, each having radius 0.1 meter 10 turns, are placed coaxially with their center separated by 0.1 meter. A current of 4 amperes flows through one coil. Find the current in the opposite direction through the other coil so that the resultant magnetic field at its center is 0. So first we shall draw this diagram. This is one coil. This is another coil. So they are placed coaxially and they are separated by 0.1 meter. Here the question is, here there are two coils here separated by 0.1 meter. Both coils are identical. In the first coil, a current of 0.1 ampere is flowing. A current of 4 ampere. In the first coil, a current of 4 ampere is flowing through first coil. You are asked to find the current in the opposite direction to the other coil. This one, you are asked to find this I2. So that the resultant magnetic field at its center is 0. At this point, if the field is to be 0, you are asked to find this current, which should flow in the opposite direction. See, when the resultant magnetic field here will become 0, when the field due to this becomes equal and opposite to this, then the field, then this resultant field will become 0. So, for the resultant field at O is to be 0, B1 should become equal to minus B2. So the magnitude of field due to one coil should be equal and opposite to that of the other. Therefore, B1 should become equal to B2. What is the formula for this field B1? Magnetic field at O due to the first coil means it is mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi Ni r square divided by x square plus r square whole to the power of 3 by 2. This is equal to mu naught Ni 2 divided by 2r. So this is I1 and that is I2. So this mu naught and mu naught cancels. This 4 pi cancels 2 times, this 2 and 2 cancels. And the number of turns, this also cancels. And this I1, I2 you have to find out. I2 is equal to I1 r cube divided by x square plus r square whole to the power of 3 by 2. What is this I1? It is 4 ampere. Radius is 0.1 cube divided by, so this is 0.1 square plus 0.1 square plus whole to the power of 3 by 2. So 4 into 10 to the power of minus 3, or otherwise I will write it as 0.1 cube. Here this is 2 into 0.1 square whole to the power of 3 by 2. I2 is equal to 4 into 0.1 cube divided by this, so 2 into 0.1 square whole cube. So this is 4 into 0.1 cube divided by root 2 whole cube means it is 2 root 2. Root 2 whole cube means it is 2 root 2, and root of 0.1 square means 0.1, so it is 0.1 cube. So this 0.1 cube cancels. So this cancels 2 times. So this is root 2 ampere. I think this problem was given in the CET examination once. So it is just simplification. So if the resultant magnetic field is to be 0, field at this point due to the first coil should become equal and opposite to field at the same point due to the second coil, like this. So this is magnitude and direction, this is only magnitude. So field at this point due to the first coil is given by this formula. Field at the same point due to second coil is given by this formula. So I substituted for I1 and R. This is I1 and this is R, and the rest is simplification. When a current of root 2 ampere passes through the second coil opposite to the current in the first coil, then the resultant magnetic field at the center of the second coil can become 0. That is how we calculated this I2. The next one, the magnetic field at 2 points on the axis of a circular coil carrying current are in the ratio 8:1. Find the if the points are 0.2 meter and 0.8 meter respectively from the center of the coil, find the radius of the coil. See, here is a circular coil like this, whose plane is perpendicular to the blackboard. So this is the radius of the coil. There are 2 points at 0.2 meter and 0.8 meter. So this is A, this is B. This is 0.2 meter, this is 0.8 meter. At this point the field is B1, at this point field is B2. Given B1 by B2 is 8:1. So you are asked to calculate this radius. There are 2 points separated by, there are 2 points at a 0.2 meter and 0.8 meter from the center of a circular coil. You are asked to calculate the radius of this coil if the fields at these 2 points are in the ratio 8:1. So B1 by B2, what is this B1? Field at this point due to this circular coil, that is mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi Ni r square divided by x1 square r square whole to the power of 3 by 2. This is the formula where x1 is this distance. Similarly, field at this point, mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi Ni r square divided by x2 square r square whole to the power of 3 by 2. So these terms will cancel, these common terms will cancel. So therefore 8 by 1, so you will get x2 square r square divided by x1 square plus r square whole to the power of 3 by 2. See, this term will come to the denominator and this will come to the numerator. So this 8 can be written as 2 cube. This rest is simplification. And this x2 is 0.8 square. x1 is 0.2 square. On substituting x1 and x2, this is whole to the power of 3 by 2. Next, so to eliminate this power, what we have to do? First you take square root. First you take cube root on both sides. Taking cube root on both sides. Cube root means whole to the power of 1 by 3. Here if I make whole to the power of 1 by 3, this becomes 2 by 1. Here 0.8 square means 0.64 plus r square. This is 0.04 plus r square whole to the power of 1 by 2. Because when you take cube root, here it will become power 1 by 3, so 3 and 3 will cancel, so you will be left with 1 by 2. Next, to eliminate this power half, I square on both sides. Squaring on both sides, this 4 by 1 is equal to 0.64 plus r square divided by 0.04 plus r square. Now see, just simplification, rest of the thing is simplification, you cross multiply. So 0.16 plus 4r square is equal to 0.64 plus r square. So if I take this r square here, you will be left with 3r square is equal to 0.64 minus 0.16. So here this is 0.048. So this is 3r square. R square is equal to divided by 3, 0.16. Therefore R is equal to 0.4 meter. So this is the radius of this coil. See, in this problem, at 2 points, distance 0.2 meter and 0.8 meter from the center of a coil, ratio of magnetic fields is given. You are asked to calculate the radius. So B1 by B2 is given as 8:1. This is the formula for B1 and this is the formula for B2. When I divide and eliminate the common terms and on simplification, this R comes to be 0.4 meter. This problem was also asked in the annual examination once. It is simplification. You should know how to remove this 3 by 2. In order to eliminate this 3 by 2, first I found cube root. When I take cube root, this 3 will go off. Next, to eliminate this half, I squared on both sides. On cross multiplying simplification, you will get R to be 0.4 meter. You look at the next problem. Two circular coils A and B are placed coaxially with their centers 0.4 meter apart. So this is one coil A, this is another coil B, their centers 0.4 meter apart. Coil A is of radius for coil A is of radius 0.1 meter and it has 10 turns, and for coil B the radius 0.2 meter and 20 turns. The current in coil A is 0.5 ampere. I1 is 0.5 ampere and this I2, it is 1 ampere. Calculate the magnetic field at a point in between the coils at 0.1 meter from the coil A. See, from this coil A at 0.1 meter. So this is 0.2, 0.1 means here. So from coil A at 0.1 meter, you are asked to find the field if the direction of current in the coil C is same and the direction of current is opposite. So here, this is the current I1 and this is the current I2. First you calculate the magnitude of magnetic field at P due to I1 as well as I2. You find B1 and B2. If the currents are in the same direction, magnetic fields will also be in the same direction, so resultant field will become B1 plus B2. If the currents are in opposite direction, resultant field will become B1 minus B2. So first you calculate this B1 and B2. So magnetic field at P due to I1. So this B1 is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi N1 I1 R1 square divided by X1 square plus R1 square whole to the power of 3 by 2. So you calculate this one. So this is 10 to the power of minus 7 into 2 into 3.14. N1 is 10, I1 is 0.5 and R1 is 0.1 square divided by x1 from here to here it is 0.1 square and 0.1 square whole to the power of 3 by 2. x1 square plus r square, you find this b1. Similarly, b2, so mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi n2 I2 r2 square divided by x2 square plus r2 square whole to the power of 3 by 2. This is the formula. And on substitution, here you get this n2 20 I2 1.0 R2 0.2 square, and what about this x2? See, this total distance is 0.4. The distance of the point P from the second coil, it is 0.3, because out of this 0.4, if this is 0.1, the remaining will become 0.3. So you do this calculation, B2. Next, if I1 and I2 are in same direction, resultant magnetic field at P, B is equal to B1 plus B2. You find that. Next, if I1 and I2 are in opposite direction, resultant magnetic field at P, B is equal to B1 difference B2. Here you calculate B1 and B2. If B1 is greater than B2, then it will be B1 minus B2 along B1. If B2 is greater than B1, then it will be B2 minus B1 along B2. So as you did in the previous problem, here with respect to the directions of current, you have to find the resultant magnetic field. So you do this calculation B1 and B2. From this you find B and B in both cases. You also try the next problem. I will give you the idea. You do the next problem. There are two concentric coils, each of radius equal to 2 pi centimeter, right angles to each other, 3 ampere and 4 amperes the current flowing in each coil respectively. Find the magnetic induction at the center of the coil. There are two concentric loops, sorry, not coils, there are two concentric loops, each of radius 2 pi centimeter, and the current in them, in one it is 3 ampere, in another it is 4 ampere. These loops are placed at right angles to each other. So this is one loop and this is another loop. So due to the current in this loop, this is the direction of magnetic field B1. Due to the current in this loop, this is the direction of magnetic field B2. The coils being kept coaxially and perpendicular to each other, coils being kept concentric and perpendicular, coils being kept concentric, concentric means common center, and perpendicular, obviously the magnetic fields also perpendicular. So first you calculate B1. The formula is mu naught I divided by 2R. Mu naught I divided by 2R, so it means mu naught I1 by 2R1. That is 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7, 3 divided by 2 into 2 pi into 10 to the power of minus 2. So this 4 pi cancels. So it is 3 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. Similarly, if I find B2, mu naught I2 divided by 2R2. 2R1, R2 both are equal. So radius being same, you can take R. The only difference is in place of 3 you will get 4. So it becomes 4 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. Therefore, resultant magnetic field at their common center B is equal to root of B1 square plus B2 square, because these are vectors which are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, resultant is given by this equation. So you will get 3, 4 means you will get 5 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. This is the magnitude of magnetic field. This problem was also given in the CET examination once. So due to this first loop, the current being like this, magnetic field is in this direction. Due to the second loop, the current being like this, the magnetic field is in this direction. So as the loops are kept perpendicular to each other, magnetic fields are also perpendicular to each other. Therefore, resultant magnetic field is given by this relation, which is 5 into 10 to the power of minus 7 Tesla. So you finish up this problem. We shall take up the remaining problems in the next class.